What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back at you one more time, Lucrecio here with another video. Alright, so this one is the 5 reasons why the OKC Thunder will defeat the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Now, I know what a lot of you are going to think when I say that. Oh, what is he talking about? Golden State is the best team in the NBA. They won 73 games. They got the MVP. They got Draymond. They got Klay Thompson. They're going to steamroll through everybody and win another championship. I don't believe that, alright? I think OKC will knock them off in the Western Conference Finals, and these are the 5 reasons why I believe that, alright? So, starting with reason number 5. The Thunder bench has gotten better in the postseason, alright? So, starting with Enes Kanter, he's the standout of the bench in my opinion, alright? He's been making his presence felt in the paint this whole that last series versus the Spurs, all right, with offensive rebounds, a lot of putbacks, just making his presence felt, all right. He's been a lot better than he was during the regular season, and he's even trying to take his defense up to the next level, all right. Also, Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters is another key contributor that is raising his level of play, and they're also using him better in the postseason. I've noticed they're playing a lot. They're playing them in stretches as the primary ball handler and taking Russell Westbrook off the ball. Now that's been proven to be very successful, especially against the Spurs team that they just beat. Okay, just eliminated from the playoffs. So their bench is getting better, is playing better in the postseason. I feel like that's going to help them versus Golden State, who also has a strong bench. All right. So moving on to reason number 4. The Thunder have improved their late game execution. Now, during the regular season, the OKC Thunder gave a lot of games away. All right, just one second. They gave a lot of games away. From the stretch, from the All-Star break to the end of the season, there was like quite a few games in that span that got away from them in the fourth quarter that they had complete control of, or that they lost in the final minutes due to their poor late game execution. Now, I didn't see these same situations in this series versus the Spurs. They were a lot tighter. I mean, they still made mistakes, but they were a lot tighter than they were during the regular season. Now, there was a couple situations in that Spurs series where the calls may have been a little iffy. But even with that being the case, the Thunder have definitely improved their late game execution, and they're playing the fourth quarter. And this is also going to aid them in beating the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. All right. So moving on to reason number 3. Russell Westbrook can equal Steph Curry's production. Not necessarily saying if Curry has 46, Russell Westbrook has to have 46, but he has the ability to. So, for instance, if Curry goes off at any point in time, he has his somebody across from him that can do the same thing. All right. So, in my opinion, in this series, Curry won't really be able to just dominate the Warriors, the OKC Thunder. Number 1, OKC has Durant, and then they have another point guard who's playing opposite of Curry, who can basically do a lot of the same things. Now, he can't shoot like Curry necessarily, but he can produce like Curry. So that's another reason why I feel like Curry's gonna be his production is gonna be kind of canceled out by Russell Westbrook, and because of that, that's gonna take away a lot of the Warriors' potency, I guess you can say. Not necessarily potency, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. So I feel like that's just going to reduce their odds of winning. So, with that being the case, I'm not necessarily saying that Russell Westbrook can shut down Curry. I don't think Curry can be shut down at this point in his career. And I also don't think that's Russell Westbrook's game at this point. But I do think he can equal whatever Curry is doing. So, whatever Curry can bring to the table, I think Russell Westbrook can bring it right back to him. And it's kind of tough when you have your first option on offense being equaled by your opponent's second option. So we'll see. Second reason I believe the Warriors will lose to the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference Finals is the Warriors will get abused on the backboards by OKC. OKC this season was like the best rebounding team, and they had the highest rebounding differential in the NBA. So, I got these stats off of NBA.com. The Thunder were averaging 47.3 rebounds per game and giving up 40.5 rebounds per game. All right, creating a point differential of 6.8 rebounds a game. Now, this is obviously a big, large differential. I think they said that was like one of the highest in the history of the NBA. So a historically good season rebounding, basically. So with the Warriors playing a small ball type of game plan, I feel like they're gonna the way to beat them is on the backboards. Make them pay for playing these undersized small forward at center and power forward. So with that being the case, I feel like the Warriors will get abused the whole series on the backboards, and offensive rebounds and things of that nature. And I really feel like that's gonna be a big factor in that series, causing the Warriors to lose. All right, and number one reason I think OKC will beat the Warriors is that the Warriors don't have anybody that they can match up with Kevin Durant. Now, we proved in every single meeting in a regular season between the Warriors and the OKC Thunder that the Warriors don't have anybody that can check Kevin Durant. They just don't. They put their Defensive Player of the Year candidate on him, and Kevin Durant just completely abused Draymond. He was even bullying him a little bit. They showed, it was one scene where Draymond was walking back to the huddle, and Kevin Durant just bumped him and was talking stuff to him. Like, do you really believe you can guard me? Or something to that effect, I'm sure. So, the Warriors don't have a player, and for that matter, neither does anybody else in the NBA, really. But the Warriors especially don't have anybody that can match up with Kevin Durant. All right? But the thing is, OKC has people that they can try to throw at Steph Curry to make it difficult for him. There's nobody who could really make it that difficult for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant will dominate this series. The Warriors will not be able to guard him. They won't be able to do anything with him. And I also think, even though they might be cordial or whatever, I can't imagine Kevin Durant is okay with all the media publicity and the love, and everybody loves Steph Curry. I can't imagine that sits well with Kevin Durant, the other non-LeBron player to win MVP recently. All right, so I think Kevin Durant has wanted this series the whole year. Number one, because Golden State won. Kevin Durant has widely been considered the second best player in the NBA, and the person who everybody expected to eventually knock off LeBron, and then here comes Steph Curry out of nowhere. And then people say, oh, he's number one. Even though personally I don't believe Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA. I believe he's the MVP this season. Last season, you can make an argument that he was the MVP well, he was the MVP. You can make an argument that maybe he shouldn't have been, but not a particularly good one. I believe he deserved it last year. I believe he deserved it this year. But that does not change the fact, in my opinion, he's the third best player in the NBA behind LeBron and Kevin Durant. With that being the case, I don't think he will be able to pass the second best player in the NBA, which is Kevin Durant, especially with number 4 lurking right there as well with Russell Westbrook. In my opinion, is number 4. So those are my 5 reasons. Thunder bench is getting better. The Thunder have gotten over their late game woes and their poor late game execution. Westbrook can equal Steph Curry's production. The Warriors will get abused on the backboards, and it's Cantor, Serge, Steven Adams, who had a monster series last series. I mean, not necessarily, scoring wise, but he was definitely a huge factor in that Spurs series. So they're gonna abuse the Warriors on the boards, and then Kevin Durant currently you know, top 5 player in a lot of eyes. Number 2 will be out. I don't want to say out for blood, but will be out to show people that he's still, you know, the guy, and to show that he's better than Steph Curry. And I think he will succeed, and that's why I believe the OKC Thunder will defeat the Golden State Warriors. If I had to pick games, I want to say 7 games, but 7 games would be difficult, being that for OKC to win, they have to win Game 7 on the road. So I'd say OKC in 6, all right, because that makes more sense, all right? So that's the video. Leave your comments if you agree. I know most of you are going to disagree. Most of you are going to be like, oh, Steph Curry hater, Golden State Warriors hater, whatever. If you watch any of my old videos, you know I actually like Steph Curry a lot. I just don't necessarily agree with the ranking that the media and things of that nature have put him at, all right? So that's the video. Let me know what you think. Leave the comments. Subscribe, man. I'm back making videos. They're going to keep coming frequently. So, yeah, subscribe. All right? See you next time.